Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Ruto has had a very hard time when it comes to the issue of embracing the youth. We are talking about Gen Zs. Most of these youth are in colleges, universities, some just finished their college education, their university education, they are looking for jobs. If they're not in class, they are tamarking. This is the group of youth who managed to storm the street in super massive crowd that forced William Ruto, number one, to stop the Finance Bill 2024. Number two, they pushed William Ruto to a corner to dissolve his cabinet. They even threatened to go to State House immediately after storming the National Assembly and the Senate building. That has been the situation. By the time they managed to storm the National Assembly and the Senate, they went to the chambers. Ruto's presidency was at a great risk because the next move was, to State House. And when the youth or anyone or individuals come in their big numbers, you can't shoot everyone. To that extent, the only thing police can do is to surrender. Wanatoka, watu. You remember what happened in Bangladesh? The Prime Minister, she was forced to fly out of the country. That is where Ruto was heading to. So with the headache of the youth, we are seeing William Ruto trying to find a way to embrace the youth in one way or another. But the big problem with William Ruto, how is he going to convince youth that he is a president who is going to take care of their interest when he is actually a lying president? Akilala ni muongo, akiamuka ni muongo, kawaida yake ni uongo tu. So you look at that. So, in an attempt to embrace the youth, the UDA party organized for UDA Comrades chapter at Bomas. Sorry for that, our power is not stable, but we have to continue with this. So, the university students were invited to UDA Comrades chapter, where Itumbi was the person to address this youth. Imagine you call for a meeting, you are the host, you invite people dressed in UDA t-shirts, then they end up heckling you. This is a slap on William Ruto's face.
At the end of the day, because you've done UDA Comrades chapter, I will be recruiting you after we have had an exchange where you say, I listen, I say, you listen, and then we see where the facts and the truth is, and then we do it. You don't have to agree on everything. Our neighbors in Rwanda are building a brand new airport to have 7 million passengers. It's okay. Our neighbors in Rwanda are building an airport to reach where we are. We are 7 million. You guys are saying, don't expand that airport. Let Rwanda come and overtake us. Our neighbors in Ethiopia are building an airport that is counted to be the biggest in Africa. It's okay, it's okay.
Yawezekana Bila Ruto. Lakini Gen Z Bila Ruto, yote yawezekana. Meta tuzona hadi mama zenyu. Bila Ruto. Bila Ruto.
As we continue with the final discussion, just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. However, William Ruto will attempt to explain to Kenyans to justify the leasing of JKIA to Adani for 30 years. It is not going to make sense to anyone. Itumbi was trying to explain this, but you heard the response. They did not allow him to continue. Itumbi was forced to cut short his speech. You can't be comparing Kenya to Rwanda and justify selling JKIA to an individual who has had a bad reputation. Adani has had bad reputation in India. Adani has had a bad reputation in Sri Lanka. There is a rejection in Bangladesh about Adani. How do you justify them to come here and you hand over such a key security installation? Haiwezekani. Unajua kuna tofauti ya Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and Kenya Airways. Lazima tutofautisha haya mambo mawili. If KQ is making a loss, that is not JKIA making a loss. There is a huge difference here. Na watu wanachanganyikiwa. Haiwezekani ya kwamba you are charging all the flights that are landing, kuna landing fee, kuna mambo mengine, they get all these charges. Na umejenga tu parking iko. Una charge parking, and then wale watu wanafanya kazi huku, they are renting this space, they pay for it. See how we have Qatar Airways, they are operating. We have tuko na Rwanda, yani ni zote tu, Uganda Airline, whichever flight is landing, they are being charged. They need a space to operate. How do you make loss? It is KQ making the loss. So watu wanasema siwapeane tu kwa sababu inaleta hasara. No. So the university student did not want to listen to that lie because they are not ready to be lied to. Imagine watu wamekuja, umewalipa, for some who came using their money, you give back the reimbursement of the money, then you give them something, umewalipa. But after that, they end up slapping you on your face. Yote Yawezekana Bila Ruto. And they are donning in yellow UDA t-shirts. A branded yellow UDA t-shirt. They are singing Yote Yawezekana. This is a mockery. Ruto has been mocked. I'm sure there is no peace in State House. These youth are truthful. They have no time to listen to lies. And they are not ready to embrace lies. Habari mfikie Mheshimiwa William Ruto. He thought that by using people like Dennis Itumbi to continue with these lies, he will capture the minds of Gen Zs. Vijana wanasema hapana, we are not there. Imagine for 30 years, if you are 10, you will be 50 years. If you are 30, you will be 60 years. If you are 15, just add that 45. Ndio wanje narudi. And then the company will continue to have 10% ownership. That did not make sense to this youth. So in UDA event, you are being told Yote Yawezekana Bila Ruto, umelipa watu wakuje to create a perception so that you get embraced using university students because Gen Zs are the one who might define or determine the next election. Then heckling. Itumbi was silenced. Mpaka akaanza kubembeleza pale sijui we disagree to agree and all that. His statement was not making sense to this youth. Someone should tell William Ruto, it is not yet over. Despite the fact that you have UDA, ODM party on your side, it is not yet over. You need this youth on your side. You need Kenyans on your side. You can only have them not through handouts, not through PR, but real delivery and listening to the people. When they tell you don't sell our airport, you have no reason to sell it. Wewe utakuja utaenda tu kama Uhuru alienda, Moi alienda, Kibaki akaenda, Kenyatta alikuwa hayuko, pia wewe utakuwa mwingine atakuja ataenda. Where do you get the guts to just sell this property without listening to the people who are saying a big no? So whoever want to join UDA party, a politicians who want a UDA ticket, you must read the ground. Imagine after you dress people in your uniform, think that you have bought them. You can't buy people. Even if you hire a crowd, the crowd is proving that they will come, they will eat your money, they will donate your t-shirt, and they are going to embarrass you at the end of the day. Yani walikuja paka wakakubali kuvaa t-shirt ya UDA. So wanakuambia kwamba hata ndani ya UDA wako pale kusema a big no. Hasa if they were out of agreement na kusquare na heckling, Dennis Itumbi will be here celebrating to have addressed a huge crowd of youth at the Bomas of Kenya and say that they are in support of the president. Saizi amechanganyikiwa, ameshindwa what to post, and now he's saying that we disagree to agree. Hey, was that the M? You know how UDA normally behave. So, a big no to UDA party, it's because the president is not a listening president. So no matter what, handouts is not going to save Ruto. The youth have really proved a point that they can come and take handouts, but it doesn't mean that they support you, that they stand with you, that they are with you. A big no.